So thanks for tuning in here on our special time in the show. Let's start off with last night's NFL honors and the award winners. An almost unanimous vote, almost unanimous, for Lamar Jackson. One person did not vote for Lamar Jackson to win the MVP. How about that? Christian McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. C.J. Stroud, no shock here, Rookie of the Year. Will Anderson Jr., great year as well on the defensive side. Comeback Player of the Year, by the way, was Joe Flacco. How about that? Everyone just penciled in DeMar Hamlin at the beginning of the season. Flacco came on great late for the Cleveland Browns. Cameron Hayward, also congratulations to him winning the award as well. All right, so those are the awards last night. Now, not all of the best news coming out of the NFL yesterday. Late afternoon yesterday as well, Baltimore County Police announced that they're investigating the wide receiver on the Baltimore Ravens, Zay Flowers. Now, he's not been charged with a crime, and so right now these are just alleged allegations on domestic assault. So we're going to have to follow this and wait until we hear more. No question on a story like this. Chiefs General Manager Brett Veach says re-signing Chris Jones, Ladarius Sneed in the offseason is a priority. Sneed, by the way, has been one of the best defensive players in the NFL this season and may have won the game for them against the Ravens, punching the ball out of Zay Flowers, in case you missed that a couple of weeks ago. All right, how about the new members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame? This is always a fun story. Andre Johnson, who I covered at the University of Miami, went to their championship game. Johnson was fantastic in that game he is in at wide receiver. Dwight Freeney on the defensive end side, one of the most dominant players there. Another member of the Hurricanes, Devin Hester, of course, one of the great return men of all time with the Chicago Bears. Julius Peppers, Patrick Willis, Randy Gradishar, formerly of the Denver Broncos, who I used to watch when I was a kid. And, hey, Steve McMichael, that is the story right now, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's suffering right now from ALS. A heartwarming story to see McMichael from that great Bears team in 1985 get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And also the Washington Commanders, they're expected to hire Brian Johnson, the former Eagles offensive coordinator, going to take a prominent role on the staff. Of course, Cliff Kingsbury is the offensive coordinator there. Okay, for those of you who have been following our coverage over on Radio Row, maybe you saw this, maybe you didn't, but good news for you, we're going to show you again. Donnie Rightside had a chance to catch up with Packers guard John Runyon Jr. He saw these teams, Chiefs and 49ers, and he weighs in on their potential coming up this Sunday.
But we are at Super Bowl 58, and I love having you here because you know why? You played Kansas City. You played San Francisco. Talk about maybe some of the differences by going up because, by the way, two really good defenses.
Definitely. That's just about that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Kansas City, we played them at home, Sunday Night Football. Great defensive line. Spagnuolo, he's going to attack the weaknesses of whatever he sees on that San Francisco side of the ball, that offense. And he's a great coach. Been doing it for a long time. Likes to bring a lot of pressure, put pressure on the quarterback to make sure he's got the protections going. Running back has to know where he's going to fit in the protection as well.
Yep.
So, I'm confident both teams. They're going to have 2 weeks to prepare for this game. And going to the flip side, the 49ers defense, they got playmakers everywhere on that defense.
Yeah.
I think they got one of the best linebackers probably in all of the NFL and great D linemen all across the board. Seems like they're all first-round picks. On the back end, they're great as well, too. So they all are where they need to be at the correct moment. And I feel like that's just what has gotten them to this point. And along with that, they're good offenses to complement it. And they do what they need to in the moments they do. And that's just how they've won all season.
Yep.
So two very similar teams. And be exciting to watch. Be a fun Super Bowl.
Let's put you on the spot here. Who do you think wins this football game?
Ooh, that's a tough. That's tough. But looking back, kind of how the performance has gone the last few weeks, the Chiefs kind of started off slow this season and then picked it up, I feel like, towards the end of the season, where for me the pause in it is the 49ers. Kind of feel like they've been regular season, been really good, playoffs, kind of up and down, you don't know. So if I had to choose, I'd probably say the Chiefs.
There you go.
Yeah.
You said it all right now. Good stuff all the way around. He's John Runyon Jr. Maybe you stay with the Packers, maybe moving on, but a dominant offensive line nonetheless. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic.
All right, great interview, Donnie. And, I remember John Runyon Sr. playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel older and older every day. By the way, the top story in college football, in college sports today, Bill O'Brien has accepted the head coaching gig at Boston College University. So there is Bill O'Brien headed over to BC. Now, we also have some other news. Florida State has filed to dismiss an ACC lawsuit, arguing that it's fundamentally flawed, the ACC and FSU going back and forth over money. The Southeastern Conference is going to distribute, get this, $51.3 million from their 2022-23 fiscal year. Think about this. That $51 million doesn't include Texas, doesn't include Oklahoma, as the SEC adds new teams coming up next year. Wow, they can imagine. All right, Wink Martindale is leaving the NFL, and he is going to college football. How about this one? He leaves the Giants, formerly of the Ravens, and he's going to the University of Michigan. So Wink Martindale ends up there. And also the ACC is going to hold 5 straight men's basketball tournaments in North Carolina. Jim Phillips, the commissioner, is estimating the economic impact could be about $400 million. So congratulations, of course, to them. All right, in the NBA, OG Anunoby, he's undergoing surgery. He's going to having some what they're calling loose bone fragments in his right elbow. Is considered minor. He could return in 3 weeks. Trades yesterday, there were a bunch of them. The ones that happened after our show, headlining the Hornets finalizing a trade to send P.J. Washington to the Dallas Mavericks. In case you missed it, a heartwarming event last night. Kobe Bryant, one of 3 statues, was revealed last night in Los Angeles. Magic Johnson and many others on hand. UAB upsets number 20 FAU in college basketball, final 76-73. Other sports headlines. Let's get to it. We're going to be talking a ton about this on the show today. BetMGM and X, otherwise known as Twitter, have agreed on a strategic partnership, including odds and linking integration. Adalis Garcia and the Texas Rangers have agreed to a 2-year deal. Corey Kluber, former member of the Texas Rangers, announced his retirement. And Jack Hughes of the Devils has returned, but the Devils lost to the Flames. Also, Brandon Marsh of the Philadelphia Phillies, it was just announced by the team, went arthroscopic surgery on his left knee, could be back in 3 to 4 weeks.